Welcome to the Lust for Life podcast, where you'll be joining a girl on her journey to discovering the depths of emotional intelligence. This is your host, Tennessee Reed. I'll just preface this episode with saying I feel like I have a raspy voice today, and I feel like I'm about to cough up a lung, so bear with me. When I came home and opened the door, my dog was like doing like 6 360s in a row and like zooming across the apartment, and those who own dogs know that those are called zoomies. And if you don't take care of them now, they're going to take care of themselves by digging through your trash or making mischief somewhere in your house. So I took her outside and I was like, hey, we're just going to run a mile and we're going to get this out and you're going to be a happy pooch after. So we ran the mile, and in North Carolina, there's like hills everywhere. So we ran down this hill and then we had to run up it. Oh my goodness. Like my lungs were on fire. And I used to run like a lot in high school and college, and I've stopped running as much. So I didn't realize how out of shape I was. And my lungs are like tired. Like my arms are like shaking. Like I'm so out of shape. I need to train more, but that is why I feel like I have a raspy voice today. She's a happy pooch though. She's laying on the bed. She's like knocked out cold asleep. So that's a win and I'll take it. Today's episode is about energy. And I'd like to start off with a quote. Your energy is currency. Spend it well, invest it wisely. And I don't know who wrote this quote, but I think it's really, really powerful. This was so hard for me to wrap my head around. So currency is energy. So money is energy and energy is money. They're interchangeable in my mind now. My coach was able to assist me in viewing it this way. I had such a bad relationship with money and I didn't even realize it. I didn't realize that money was energy, and that's such a healthy way to look at it. Your energy is money. Your energy is priceless. So you have to protect it. You have to give it in certain ways. So if you think about it, you give energy to things that you would never give your money to. So you need to manage your money. You need to budget your energy just like you budget your money, or what we should be doing, really. Energy needs to be protected. It needs to be invested. It needs to be spent on things that are going to make us better. They're going to advance our lives and our relationships. And to do this, you need to surround yourself with those who match your energy or exceed it. Because if you don't, you're going to be drained. This is an analogy that I like. My college professor taught me this in my very, very first class of college. It was biology, and it was teaching concentrations and energy. But regardless, it's a good analogy. Think of yourself in a big auditorium and you have this perfume bottle. Your perfume bottle represents your energy. And this auditorium is like in junior high where they let the stink bombs off. So imagine someone let a stink bomb off in this auditorium. And you are frantically pushing your little perfume bottle and trying to cover up this smell. It's not going to go very well. And your little perfume is going to disperse and just disappear into the smell. The only way to mask that smell is to have an overpowering more people holding their energy bottles, their perfume bottles, and spraying, or eliminating the smell. Eliminating yourself from that situation is the number one best option. But if you can't, then build a shield around yourself and don't let that smell, that energy touch you, but we'll discuss that later. But think about it. If you have your little perfume energy bottle and you're spraying in this foul smelling auditorium, that bottle is going to drain really fast and it's not going to be replaced. That's how it is in life. If you're surrounding yourself with people with negative energy and you're trying to share your light, you're trying to share your energy, it's not going to go very far. They're not going to recognize your energy for what it is, and you're not investing your energy, you're wasting your energy. So it's so important to be diligent and intentional the way you spend your energy. A quote that I really like that kind of goes along with this is, the only thing more infectious than a good attitude is a bad one. It's so easy to change an entire conversation with one negative comment. It's so easy to change the atmosphere in a room with one negative comment. It's a lot easier to do that than if you were in a negative room and you're trying to change it with one positive comment. It's not going to go very well. It's so much easier to change the atmosphere in a room with a negative comment. So be careful who you surround yourself with. The first thing that I realized when I was trying to navigate through this subject of energy and finding where my energy belongs and investing my energy is, I realized I did not have good energy in my own brain. I did not have good energy talking to myself, the way I treated myself, the way I invested in myself. I was not good at it. I did not invest myself. I was very mean to myself. You have to first change your mindset in your mind to be a safe place so that when you are in negative energy rooms, then you at least can put a little shield over yourself and you're safe in your little bubble in your mind. I used to actually I was so angry with myself because I was so mean with myself. But now I'm so comfortable in my own mind. It's like just a deep breath, like, oh my gosh, I'm safe. Like I feel safe in myself. If I'm surrounded by uncomfortable situations, negative energy, I at least know that I am here. My brain is healthy. I'm safe with myself. It's a comfort and it's a feeling of peace. And something that helped me realize that was the concept of your thoughts are just thoughts. So your thoughts are just an interpretation of the world. Your thoughts do not define you. You bring value to what you choose to bring value. Nothing has value except for the value we give it. And this concept is really discussed in Harv Eker's Secrets to a Millionaire Mind book. I would highly recommend it. It's on my Instagram stories. And he really talks about nothing has value except for the value we give it. So our thoughts, just because we have thoughts going through our head doesn't mean we give value to it, doesn't mean we act on it. So it's important that we are able to kind of analyze these thoughts and kind of pick which ones we want to keep with us, and we'll just kind of shoo away the ones that don't serve us. So pick thoughts that are going to serve you and let the thoughts go, the interpretations, we can just use the word interpretations, go, that are not going to serve you. And eventually your filter will be more refined. And I'm definitely still working on my filter in my brain, but it's gotten a lot better and a lot quicker than I even thought. So your thoughts are not you. You bring value to what you choose to bring value to, and bring value to things that are going to be of service to you, that are going to help you make the decisions you want, make the actions you want day by day until you reached your goal, and then you make new goals. Number one types of people you do not want to surround yourself with, and it's a very large population, and they don't even know it sometimes. Victimizers. You do not want to surround yourself with victimizers. They are full of complaining, negative attitude. They are full of, this was not my fault, it's their fault, pointing fingers. This is a really, really common thing among people, unfortunately. And Steve, oh my gosh, Harv Eker, why do we keep calling him Steve? Goodness. Harv Eker, he talks about this. Victimizers victimize themselves because they feel like there's something to gain. When you get in a table full of victimizers, one person's going to say something, and the other people on the table are ready to one-up that. The other people on the table are ready to say, okay, but guess what happened to me? So they want the attention from others because the attention from others is how they perceive love. And that's not true. Unfortunately, that that's how our society has formed love, is the attention we get from others instead of the love we give ourselves. So be careful with yourself. Don't be a victimizer. Take responsibility and accountability for your life. Just because things happen to you may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility with how you process it and how you choose to act upon it. Do not complain, and take accountability. We already talked about that one. Don't complain, and love yourself. Love yourself so much. I talked about this in my last episode. Love yourself so much that you're confident in yourself, that you're comfortable in yourself. Don't be a victimizer. Don't be a victimizer, and don't surround yourself with victimizers, because when a bunch of victimizers get together, it's just bad energy altogether. A skill that I've come to learn is something that I call like a vibe check. I guess that's more of like the millennial way to say it, or Gen Z. I'm not quite sure the difference between the two. I'll have to look that up. But it's like the cool way to say it. But vibe check, essentially it's saying, what's their energy like? This last weekend, my husband and I went to an event, and we were there with some people. It was super fun. We were getting to know each other. We like knew some of the people, but not the others. So we were all really connecting and making good friends and relationships. And about an hour in, a group came together, like in the same car, and joined. And I didn't even need to talk to these people to know that these were not people that I wanted to be around. These were not people that were going to make my life more abundant. And my prediction was correct. I guess it's not even a prediction. It's more of like a spidey sense. My spidey senses were correct. And when they started talking, it was constantly bringing people down, constantly complaining about school and work, and making fun of innocent people. It was actually malicious, very malicious. I don't even know the people that they're talking about. It made me nauseous. And Jake and I didn't even say anything when this was all happening. We just sat there, but we ended up leaving like just 10 minutes in, and we're like, nope, we're out. Let's see ya. And we left the event. But you can sense what energy someone brings, and it comes with time. But be careful with the people you hang around. I cannot emphasize that enough. Be careful, because the energy that you surround yourself with seeps in. It really does. It is integrated into you. So be careful with who you surround yourself with. That being said, I went to an event 2 weeks ago, and it was a medical spa, aesthetic leadership, and women in leadership conference. A bunch of businesswomen, business owners from med spas, they were all there. And the whole conference essentially was how to be a better leader. It was the most amazing experience. And when people have asked me about this event, I have said it was life-changing, because it truly was. I was surrounded by the most positive people, the most loving people. And when I told them my dreams and my goals, they were like, oh, cool. Why don't you dream bigger? That's who you need to surround yourself with. That's who you want on your table. Keep them tight. When you identify those people in your life, you have to keep them at your table. You have to keep them tight, because those are assets. Those are true assets to your success. And when I surrounded myself with these types of people, I began thinking like them. I began to think, entrepreneurially. I don't even think that's a word, but like I started to think about all the business aspects, all the business opportunities. You naturally become who you surround yourself with. And this is a reason why parents are like, oh, my kid needs to be around good friends, because yeah, your kid's going to be just like his friends are like. So surround yourself with good people, exclude the people with bad energy, bad intentions. Sometimes you cannot exclude yourself from those people. If they're workmates, if they're, classmates, if they're family, if they're your neighbor and whatnot, if you cannot separate yourself from those people, you have to, I like to think, like, is their name Violet from Incredibles? Put your little shield up, put your little, protective shield on, and let the energy bounce off you. Do not let it penetrate you. Just keep that inner energy with you. Don't share it. Don't let anyone take it from you and drain you. You can share it, but don't let anyone drain you. But put your protective shield on. That's what my coach always says. Put your protective shield on and let the negative energy bounce off of you. I'd like to end this episode with another quote. This quote is also, it's unknown who wrote this quote, but it says, "Energy is transferable, so be careful of the company you keep. Dirt will rub off on white before white will rub off on dirt." I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed the time with you today, and I'm so excited for you to join me next week. I hope you have such a good week. Love you all.